Hi, it's me again, and I'm back with one of my favourite subjects, the letters from TV licensing. I love doing these videos because many people out there who don't know as much as some of us know about TV licensing get these letters and they're dead scared of them. And they Google it and they stumble across these videos where I break it down, let you know how not scary it is, and they see all the comments from you brilliant people, also letting them know how not scary it is. And we give some people some hope and we bring some new people into the fight and to not be scared by TV licensing. It's great. I love doing these videos. So let's crack on with today's letter, shall we? I like this one. So I've obviously had to edit out the address there. So it says the address has now been unlicensed for 15 weeks. Wow, that's because they don't need a TV license. That's it. It's that simple. It's been unlicensed for 15 weeks because they don't require a TV license. Now, if you're new to all this, you don't have to worry about contacting them to tell them you don't require a television license anymore. You can just cancel your direct debit and, blag them off. You don't have to talk to them. No rules, laws, or anything saying you have to talk to TV licensing. You're well within your rights just to blank them. No problem at all. And you may get a letter like this if you do. Your TV license expired on the 31st of July 2001. Amount due £159. How is the amount due if the TV licence has expired? They don't have a television licence. So how is the amount due? They don't have one. They don't owe you for one. They don't have one. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Does that make any sense to you? We're writing to remind you that your TV licence expired on the 31st of July 2001. Legally, your property needs to be licensed from the date your last TV licence expired. Full stop. Interesting. Isn't that interesting? Because that's not true. Let's read on and then we'll come back to that. This means if you have been watching or recording TV programmes live on any channel, streaming programmes live via online TV service, or downloading or watching BBC programmes or BBC iPlayer, you've been breaking the law. This applies to any device you use, which is all true. So without a telly licence, you can't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast, and you can't use BBC iPlayer to watch BBC television programmes. That's all fine. But that first part of that paragraph, that first sentence, that's bad, isn't it? Throwing the words at you. Look, legally, comma, legally. Your property needs to be licensed from the date your last TV license expired. No. You can delete all of that because that's not true. Then you go on to say you only need a TV license if you watch or record anything that's been shown or use iPlayer. Just say that. So why can't it just say, legally, if you watch or record anything as it's been broadcast use iPlayer, you need a license. But if you don't do any of those things, don't worry because you don't require a television license. That's what it should say. Well, it basically is what it says, but they've written it in a scary manner to, scare you into paying for something you might not need. They wouldn't write it in the kind of way I would say it because, well, we're on two different sides of the fence, aren't we? But do you know what I mean? They've got to be a happy middle ground there where they get to say they want to sell you a license, but they also get to say, well, you might not need a license. But they won't do that, will they? And that's wrong. That is wrong. They've written that to scare and intimidate people into paying for a license, and it's wrong. People might not see that clearly or, read between the lines. It's wrong. It's wrong, isn't it? Renew today to avoid investigation. I like the investigations. If you don't respond to this letter, an investigation may be opened. To avoid this, please renew your license today. So in bold, it says renew today to avoid investigation, and then it says an investigation may be opened. Which one is it? Television licensing. Which one is it? But if you're new to all this, I'm going to tell you all about their investigations now, and it's not going to take very long because the depths of the investigation they can do is sending a goon to knock on your door to ask you to buy a TV license. And if you say no, they'll ask you what you watch, they'll ask to come in and they will try and stitch you up by putting live BBC or whatever on your telly. And then they'll say, you've got to pay for a license or you're going to get a fine. That's their investigation. It's not an investigation, it's a stitch up. And the more you talk to them, even if you're playing a straight game like myself, the more you talk to them, the more chance you've got of tripping yourself up. Because that's what these people do for a living. It's what they do for a living. That's how they earn their money. They get a commission payment for every person they stitch up, sell a license to. So don't talk to them. Don't talk to them. So this is how an investigation would go if a BBC TV licence enforcement officer came to my door to investigate. It'd be a knock on the door and I would open it. I'd go, hello, who are you? and he would say, "Hello, I'm from TV licensing." And then before he'd even got the G on TV licensing, the door would have been closed in his face. And that's that. Investigation over. They don't have any powers. They're not bailiffs. They're not police. They're not anyone special. They're salespeople. And you are perfectly within your right to close the door in their face. If you don't believe me, I've got a playlist down below of quick little videos I did about TV license goon visits. And so many of them are just doors being closed in their face, which is the perfect way to deal with them. Unless you've got a video doorbell, because then you can just shout through, so who are you? I'm too long. You don't even have to answer, do you? You just sit and put the kettle on and laugh at them on your video doorbell. Many people do that, and it's an excellent way of dealing with them. But that's their investigation. That's all they can do. They can't do any more than that. Don't be scared by it. All right, let's read on, see if anything else on here is scary. The Renewals Guide enclosed has details of all the way you can pay for your license, and the quickest way to renew is to visit our website. Or our advisors are happy to help, blah, blah, blah. Nowhere on there does it say, if you don't require a license, you can give us a call and we will complete a no license needed exemption for you, which will last for 2 years if you don't need a license. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just ignore us, because there's no law that you have to have a television license to watch television in your house. You just can't watch it as it's being broadcast. I reckon you can watch probably 90% of the telly you'd watch anyway without a license, just by switching to catch up and streaming. There's a link to a video in all the stuff I put below. Have a look at it. It's called You Can Watch 90% of the Stuff You Can Watch. Have a look at it, and if you're new to all this, and it will let you know that you're not going to miss much at all. But why don't they mention it here? At no point here does it say you might not need a license. This is a sales letter to try and sell you a license. Yeah, I genuinely don't know how they get away with sending these kinds of letters out. And this isn't even one of the worst. This one's pretty average, I think. I mean, I've got a playlist again down below in all the bump I put down there. You'll find a playlist of the TV license letters. And some of them are really bad. Some of them are really bad. And I don't understand how they get away with sending these letters out. I mean, this one is misleading, and it's also not giving you all the information you may require to make a decision on whether you require a television license or not, which it should, shouldn't it? If something's trying to sell you something, it has to give you both sides of the story. There must be a European law or some British law for that. It must be, right? It's crazy. I don't know how they get away with it. But if you've got one of these letters or a different type of letter, do send it over to me so I can file it. And if it's a new one for me, I might do a video on it to help some other people who have received it. You'll find the links below, again, below. That's all I say now, isn't it? Down below about how to contact me. So do that. While you're down there as well, leave your comments for me. Let me know what you think about this letter. Hit the like button, subscribe button and all that. And I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching.